This is Dan
and Jess
from UK Haunters, and we are doing another very special UK Haunters / Scare Track crossover, this time from Universal Studios Orlando.
Yep.
As you can see,
very sweaty here.
Very record heat wave, very sweaty. But as you can see from behind me, we've got Lard Lad Donuts, which means we are in the Simpsons area, Scare Zone.
It's not Scare Zone, it's
Stain Screen, yeah. My mouth is not working well today. So what we're going to do is quite light at the moment because it's Orlando, but we're going to rush to the houses and we're going to review as we go.
Yep.
And then when it gets nice and dark and atmospheric, because we do love production value, we are going to do the scare zones.
Yep.
Not the stay and scream zones that we're in now.
No, scare
That'd be
zones.
silly. What are you looking forward to?
Universal Monsters.
I'm looking forward to Killer Clowns from Outer Space because it is the best film ever made. And we just have a very special shout out tonight. This entire episode goes to Mr. Bitey. Love you, man. Pete, we are back. We have been let loose with the Horde, and we are heading to
Universal Monsters and Graveyard Games.
Which are two favourite houses, or most anticipated favourite houses, apart from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Turn the camera, show the people.
So these ones are pretty back to back. We're the first ones in line because we did Stay and Scream. So we shall hit these two up and let you know how it goes afterwards. Well, I'm not sure when we have to put it away, so
So we've just done Universal Monsters.
We were going to go straight into Graveyard Games, but Graveyard Games is not actually open yet.
No, and it's because the park technically isn't open for Halloween Horror Nights yet. Because we're doing Stay and Scream, we've got early access. So some of the houses are open, some of them aren't. So Universal Monsters was open and we've just done that one.
Yeah, that was the first one. That was terrifying.
Yep.
Little bug lugs here behind me, so I got lots of laughs when I got the shit scared out of me, but if you got scared, I didn't notice it. Unless you really got scared, then I'd get it in the ear.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
The only thing I noticed with that one, there was no bride in there. I didn't see a bride in there at all.
That's a very good point.
So I don't know if maybe cast-wise she hasn't turned up yet, or
got ready yet,
or in makeup or whatever. But there was definitely a Frankie.
A couple of Frankies.
Yeah, there was a couple of Frankies, but there was no bride.
So we are now off to the next one that's open is Depths of Fear.
Yep.
Which is the underwater one. Any highlights now? One got me. One got me a lot.
Creature
got me.
Black Lagoon got you.
Creature got me.
And one of the Dracula's brides.
One of the Dracula's brides got me. A lot of them got me. I'm the big easy target in this.
Yep.
But that was fantastic. We'll do a proper wrap up of all the houses at the end of the day. But we're trying to hit as many as possible for the general public's allowed in. We're just going to rush through these quickly now.
Yeah.
But that's it. So off to Depths of Fear. The facade is amazing. We're coming up to House of 1,000 Corpses. You can't see us because the facade is so amazing. This at night is way better. But this is one of my most anticipated houses because it is one of my favourite films of all time and one of my favourite directors of all time. But as you can see there, that's a Bill and Ted telephone booth. And I'm going to put the phone away now because we're going to get told off, but I just wanted you to get a good look at the outside. Right, we've got a little bit more of a run up than I thought, so...
we are heading into House of 1,000 Corpses.
Again, one of the third best horror films of all time, officially by me. By me, okay, it's not everyone's taste. Rob Zombie's not everyone's taste. I'm super looking forward to this one.
Yes.
Fun fact, this was actually originally started because Rob Zombie did a haunt for Universal, then was asked back to do another one, and he did one called House of 1,000 Corpses, and it evolved into a film pitch. So in fact it's now a house again.
And it's on a full circle.
Yeah, which is really nice, but it's going to get a bit busy and quite loud. And we're not allowed to film in there, so don't want to get told off by filming too close to the house. Don't want to get barred on our third house. Third house already?
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus, man. So yeah, we're going to nip in there and let you know what we think on the way out. So that's House of 1,000 Corpses.
Yep.
Amazing. That was stunningly beautiful.
It really is. I think you're hitting the nail on the head there. I don't think it's particularly scary.
That's because somebody kept hiding behind me.
I mean, I was hiding behind you in other ones and they were scarier. What I think this is definitely amazing music, amazing visuals. This is for the fans.
This is a perfect translation of the film to a house without being just running through scenes.
Yeah.
Like if you knew nothing about the film,
you can still do the
this
house.
would be a very good, very effective house. A very sort of like deranged Rob Zombie, Grubby Hick-esque torture house. You wouldn't have to know about. I mean, if you seen the film, you love film like I do. You hit points and you go, that's clever, that's good, like that, nice touch. But even like the transitions in the film, where it goes all grainy and super 80, that's represented by certain rooms
in the house,
which kind of have that image behind broken walls.
Yeah.
So you're even getting the film transition, which again acts as a good transition just for someone who walks in the house, but for a film fan, it's also a nice nod to what he did in the film.
Yeah.
That one I'll probably go into a lot deeper. I'll go into that house again, definitely. But I'll go into that a lot deeper detail probably at the end. Because so far that one's...
I mean, the makeup in that house on Dr. Satan is incredible.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. I mean, the Captain Spaulding one.
Yeah.
The end scare, because by the time this airs and we do the podcast, it'll be over, so we can spoil the hell out of it. But yeah, so the end scare was quite a nice touch as well.
Yeah.
All round, yeah, definitely one of my favourites so far.
Yeah.
We are now heading back through the Simpsons area, and we're going to hit up Graveyard Games, which I think is going to be very, very high on my list. We are out of Graveyard Games, and I have to say, I think that is going to end up being one of my favourite houses ever.
It's definitely the scariest.
It was the scariest. It had the widest range of scares, the effective scares, the scare actors themselves. Alright, this is a bit sucky in a way because not many people get the scare, but they'll take their time rather than repeating, so the people think it's safe. When they get that one person, they'll have a ripple effect of the stream effects and everyone behind and in front who may have missed the more direct scare, but still made everyone jump because it wasn't so repetitive.
I also think the scares were relentless on this one. You'd literally, it's a lot of scare, whereas some of the other ones it's more observing what's going on. Yeah,
but as I said, like the scares, some of them, there'll be blocks where the scare's in the middle and they're quite quiet for a lot of it as well. So it gets relentless, hits you quietly, you think you're safe, gets you again, then you think, oh, it'll be a block again, and there's a ton of them in a row. Oh shit. Yeah, Dragon Bing have walking as we're talking to her. But yeah, there's the doll room, there's the...
It's the pitch black room. There is a room where it's just pitch black and all you can hear is kids talking, but the microphones, not the microphones, the speakers are very well placed and you can hear them sort of coming from every direction.
Yeah, and the thing is that there's nothing happens in that room. You're convinced the light's going to come on and that's going to be the big scare, but nothing happens, and that is kind of part of its magic, really. It's so tense and it doesn't give you that release. You kind of end up walking out a bit more pent up than the other ones where you get that release. So again, wonderful vibe. But also, I think it is the best story in terms of walking through a house and telling a story.
Definitely, it's an original story. So it's not a film, it's not based off a film. But there is a story to it which is very easily noticeable. Conveyed. Whereas the other ones, Depths of Fear, they're telling you that you've got like 40 seconds to get through the pod before everything breaks down on you. So you know your mission is to, kind of get out. Whereas this one is a full story. Yeah, and also it starts, you couldn't see it well in the light. If we come back another night when it's dark, we'll try and get footage of it. But on the outside, if you can tap into Facebook, you get the Facebook feed of these teenagers talking to their friends, telling them what they're going to go and do. And then when you walk in, there's a teenager fucking up the graveyard. And then sprays you with his spray paint.
And then it follows what happens to them and happens to his girlfriend in a haunt. And it's just really, it just conveys it so well without actually ramming it down your throat. And I think that'll be another one we'll probably waffle on that more because it's quite probably giving you motion sickness, us walking and talking. But we're trying to get to the next house, which will be Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which will default be the best because it's my favourite film of all time. So it will be the best in my opinion. But Graveyard Games, fantastic. Creeped out yet?
Huh?
Creeped out yet?
Not yet, it's when I see the children, then I get creeped out.
As I said, this is one of the most anticipated houses, and even in the queue, we've got creepy whisperings, which, freaky, to say the least. And this is, we can't even see the house yet, and they're putting this shit on us, so I think this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
pretty loud here, but we are outside. Anyone recognises that van? It's a van film, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. My most anticipated house because it is my favourite film of all time. It's gotten dark. It looks a lot lighter on this camera than it does in real life. But yeah, so ScareCam got time to proper warm up, so hopefully it's a really good run for this. Expected scenes you're looking forward to?
Fun house.
Fun house. Expected scene to me, all of it.
If you want a picture with Shorty, we have a line going right over here.
Right, so we came out of Killer Clown's house and we went straight for pizza fries, so we're very full now.
No, we're not very full.
We're not very full.
We're fat fucks. We could eat a lot more, but it was a substantial snack.
It was a substantial snack. We want more substantial snacks. We've got to try the s'mores fries and the twisted taters and the pumpkin donuts because we're still not sick of pumpkin flavoured stuff.
Not yet.
But anyway, back to the main event, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space house. It was Killer Clowns from Outer Space as a house. It was default fucking fantastic.
Smells like popcorn and candy.
Was it super scary? No. Was it super intense? No. It was, however, the fucking Killer Clowns from Outer Space in a scare zone. So, a scare zone, a scare house, scare zone last year.
I found it quite scary.
Oh, it was. It wasn't the scariest.
No, it's not the scariest, but they're these big fucking things and they're coming at you.
I mean, it's amazing. This isn't a complaint. I'm saying it's just, it is. If you want a house based on the film, this is it. I mean, it does exactly what it says in the tin. It's got these interactive buttons that you press throughout the maze, and one will get you, one will get the person in front, one will get the person behind. Just to scatter, you don't know which one, scatter throughout the maze.
I have to disagree with you when you say it's based on the film. It's if you want a house in the film.
Yeah.
It had some bits in it that weren't in the film. Like in the film that you, the viewer, don't get wrapped up in cotton candy. So you go through it, it's almost like a interpretation of the film.
No, it's definitely, it's the best bits of the film put in. Like, you don't get wrapped in cotton candy as a viewer, but people do in the film, and it gives you the experience of getting wrapped in cotton candy for one of the rooms, which is a cotton candy room. And it's got, one thing I'd like to say, the cap backwards. If you wear a cap, put it backwards, because you get the sift, the stuff in your face. If you've got the peak forward, it brushes a lot of it out of the way, which is some of the sensation. And also you miss so much up there, these horns are so detailed. You want to get it all in, so if you wear a cap, wear it backwards through the horn. It doesn't actually look like a knob.
Only downside to Killer Clowns horn was that because they're so big, it does take time for them to reset.
Yeah.
So you might need to do it twice to catch all the scares and all the clowns.
But I mean, do it as much as possible. If you like the film, you'll love this house.
You're the only person in the world that loves this film as much as this.
And Debbie Rochon. She's also fucking awesome. But anyway, it will be my favourite house of all time by default because, as you may have guessed, super fan. Most people I hear say it's just fun, which it is fun.
Yeah, it's a fun house.
It's definitely, I'd say, entry level for those who aren't too big on getting absolutely petrified.
Unless you don't like clowns.
Unless you don't like clowns, yeah. But I mean, it's a fantastic house. I would highly recommend it. We'll probably go into more detail later. There's a couple of things about like the high effects, which we'll go into later at the house, at our house, when we do our final wrap up. But now we're off to do some rides, some snacks, some scare zones, and then possibly another house or two.
supposed to be excited, right? How we doing that, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, Bobby, he's not feeling too well, so we're gonna go ahead and gut him. Should we gut him?
Yes!
I said, should we gut him?
Yes!
So let's just start to know we're ready. We're gonna go ahead and say, got him, got him, got him, got him. Give it up for the doctor! Let me get you all this, please. Thank you. Next appointment.
Right, we've still got a couple more houses to go. We probably won't get round to filming them because it's all a bit rush at the moment. But we would like to cover one of the scare zones, which has really been a standout and pretty powerful. And this is Vanity Ball. I'm not sure if you can have someone creep up on us because you're filming and scare the crap out of us, which is quite likely.
Tickle, tickle!
There you go. But yeah, this is. They have these great little stage shows here. They have one to the right of us, one to the back, and a massive catwalk. They have mini plays going on every half hour or so. Yeah, we thought we'd give this scare zone a shout out because I think it's the most inventive and amazing one so far. We're probably going to go and get some dinner now, we haven't eaten yet, and do our proper wrap up at the hotel.
I love your new livery. Big time.
So we are back.
Yep.
We didn't get round to filming outside all the houses, so we thought we'd do a quick wrap up. What did we miss out there? We missed two of the big ones, apparently, which was Stranger Things.
And Ghostbusters. And we also... Stranger Things, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Stranger Things was... They called it one of their Uber houses because it was the biggest...
It had 14 rooms.
Yeah. And it was very much a walk through the series. I don't think it was at all jumpy. Really? I mean, people jumping out at you makes you jump.
There was a Demigorgon which kind of, you know...
Yeah, but it was way more fan service than it was actual haunt, I think is the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
So if you're a super fan, it's enjoyable. I mean, it's fun to walk through it. It's fun to see how they translated... it's been a long night. How they translated the 2 seasons into a house. They called it the biggest puppet they had, that Mind Flare. I think pup is a bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, no, Clownzilla's bigger and better.
Yeah, and Clownzilla was generally a puppet. We didn't go into Clownzilla, did we? Oh, there's so much stuff to go into. Right, so Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters I liked a lot more.
Yeah, Ghostbusters had jumps in it.
It was still a very fan service house, but there was, and this is not a spoiler because by the time this goes out, Halloween Horror Nights will be finished. Oh my god, the end. Jess saw it coming. I didn't. Slimer got me. My feet left the ground.
He honestly just jumped.
Like,
up.
Left the goddamn ground. Absolutely got me, the buggers. But that was fun. Ghostbusters were fun. It's not one of the ones that I was rushing back to do.
Do you know what? No,
but it would be worth doing again.
I was pissed off with Ghostbusters.
Why was that?
Because I thought the Stay Puft would smell of marshmallow and it didn't.
Yeah, that was a bit of a
letdown.
That was a bit of a letdown. Yeah.
I mean, considering nightingales smell like dirt and Kit Clown smells like popcorn.
I mean, again, we're being a little bit picky here, considering all things considered. But with their resources, a bit of toasted marshmallow smell would have gone amiss. We shall move on to quickly. I mean, obviously we'll go over these properly in the podcast. But the segue to Nightingales. I really enjoyed Nightingales. Now, a lot of people said they didn't. Nightingales works in the same way mindless gore-fest horror films work. It wasn't particularly witty or intelligent, but it was a gore house. It was a Nightingale creatures and blood and gore and jump scares with these weird creatures. I mean, it's just...
The thing is, for me, it was too similar to, was it last year's maze with the demons?
Oh, The Fallen.
Yeah.
I think it was the same sort of thing. It was the same sort of... it delivered the same sort of aesthetic. It was just...
I think The Fallen was slightly better because they had things like, you know, you saw a demon rip a spine out of a person and hold it up. Here it's just these little Nightingale creatures that just went...
But I'm saying it was the same thing in terms of that was your almost senseless gore house, and this was your senseless gore house.
Perhaps.
Again, it wasn't everyone's favourite. I've heard lots of people sort of go, meh, didn't like it, and quite low down the list. I enjoyed it for what it was, and...
Sorry.
It's been a very long night. Yeah, so that's that one. Move on to... Yeti. Oh my god, that was fantastic.
Yeti.
This one, I heard the foulest British language coming from behind me. Now, she always makes me go in front, so she can laugh at me getting scared. But I think it was the hands swooping.
Hands get me, man. I don't know what it is. Hands reaching out to grab me always scare me.
This year, they seem to be a lot more inventive with the directions. I know the Scarecrow one was the biggest direction swap that we've had. But this one, they really... There's a few that come from above. Depths of Fear came from above, one of the weird things. Killer Clowns, I believe, had a popcorn Jack-in-the-Box clown creature that came from above. But yeah, this one, literally, the hand swipes down and you just shrieked. It's hilarious.
That got me good. That one got me good. And it's beautiful as well.
It is, yeah.
It's a really beautiful maze, and it's cold, and it's like Canadian mountains.
Yeah.
And
the Yetis look cool.
The Yetis, the costume and the puppets are incredible.
And again, it was a nice story house. You got the story of what the house is telling.
Yeah.
That I quite liked. I think they're missing one, but I can't place my finger on it. Us! That was it. That's when we got filmed.
Do you know what? Us was my surprise house this year. Everyone was like, oh, it's not that great, and I wasn't looking forward to it. I thought Us was a really good film, but as a house, I was not, I wasn't looking forward to it. I thought, oh, what more can you do? But actually, it was really good.
It was even the woman voice just walking into the house where nothing was really happening. That voice was playing. It was just creepy. It wasn't. The trouble is, and this is the trouble with the houses that are films they turn into houses. People, they put what their feelings on the films onto the house, and if the film is a bit meh, it doesn't really translate into a house. If the house works, the house works, and it did work as a spooky jump scare house.
Very much so.
So
I got a good few scares out of that.
Yeah. So we are going to rate the houses. Due to our fallen ally today, we are going to rate them on paw prints. So, Us.
2 out of 5 paw prints.
Do we do 5?
Yeah.
Do 5? I thought we were going to do 10.
Do 5. 10 starts getting confusing.
Okay. And quite panicky.
Yeah.
Okay, I will 2 out of 5. I'll match that. I think that's fair. Now, they're still good, unless it's like 1 or 0. I think 2 is good. The only trouble with 5 is 2's just below average. That's not bad. It still seems to be that. Anyway, we've set the gauntlet, the paw print gauntlet. We shall continue. Strange Things.
3 out of 5 paws.
Really? Strange Things above Us?
Only because I'm a fan of Stranger Things, and
so am I. But
it wasn't a scary maze, I thought, but I enjoyed the Mind Flayer.
Okay, and again, it all depends how you judge houses. If you judge them on the house or the translation.
Yeah.
I would put Strange Things at a 1
Really?
because as a house, I didn't like it.
I understand that.
What else? Ghostbusters.
4.
Yeah. Okay, I will go for the paw print of 3. It was good, but it wasn't up there.
I enjoyed it because it had, you know, it played to us fans. But for me, it got the extra. It was going to be a free, but it got the extra paw print because of your scare at the end. To see you jump 2 foot in the air was incredible.
I genuinely wish I could have seen it. If your face was anything to judge, it must have looked hilarious. So what we've done. So we've done Ghostbusters, Stranger Things, Us, Yeti.
5 paws out of 5.
Yeah, Yeti gets a solid 5 paws out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeti was fantastic, amazing.
From the
house.
costume to the scares to the set design to the actors, everything.
Depths of Fear.
3.5 paws.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'd say 3 paws and 2 toe beans.
I'd say, and this is why we have 10. This is exactly why I have 10. But Gauntlet's been set. I would say Depths is another 2. It was kind of cool, but
yeah, we were told. I think we mentioned earlier on that originally there was 10 monsters, fish monster things in the house.
Yeah.
And they had been removed due to the difficulty of the costume and the actor not being able to manoeuvre in them.
Oh, I think we're coming up to 10 minutes. We better wrap this up. Right, we're going to go over this properly in the podcast. So quick fire the rest of them. Killer Clowns.
5.
5. Graveyard Games.
5.
10. It was amazing. I'm breaking bound. That gets 10. What ones have got left? Killer Clowns, Go Games.
House of 1,000 Corpses.
House of
4 prints.
5. It's amazing. Got 2 more left. What have you thought of?
Nightingales.
Nightingales.
2 paw prints for me. I didn't enjoy that.
I'm giving it a 4. I think it has its place. Aimed for what it did it well.
Yep.
What are we missing? We're missing one more. This is why we should have the map with us. Do you know what? You want our real in-depth opinions? Just listen to the podcast.
Woo!